Don't forget subscribe, like, share.
Burma coup resistance notes August 16, 2022 update on yesterday's attack on the central police station in Kaw T'Ree town, Kawkareik on Burmese maps. Karen army forces killed all 12 police including the chief, and captured an office worker alive. They gained 6 rifles and a quantity of ammunition. Afterward, nearby junta troops fired mortars randomly into civilian areas. Kawthoolei Government Information Service KNU, a local defense force, is warning all junta staff in Kaw T'Ree to leave Kawthoolei immediately or be targeted as enemies. While the Karen army controls rural areas, the junta has dominated the towns, so this successful attack in the middle of town represents an advance by the Karen forces. Ethnic regions also in Kawthoolei. Karen Nation, a PDF in Doo Tha Htoo District, Kyaikto township on Burmese maps, ambushed a car carrying 3 junta border police disguised as civilians yesterday, with no survivors. The Kachin army staged a major ambush of a junta infantry column 2 nights ago into yesterday morning in Pinlabu township of northern Sagaing region. 35 junta troops are known to be killed, and the remainder retreated in chaos. The Kachin forces seized mortars, rifles, ammunition, and other supplies left by dead and retreating troops. In Chin State today, the fighting continued yesterday around the destroyed bridge on the Hakka-Tantalan road. Chin Defense Forces killed 15 junta troops who were trying to repair the bridge, and junta aircraft were unable to support the ground troops due to monsoon season weather in the high mountains. The Chin captured a number of weapons including mortars, a machine gun, rifles, and ammunition. If the junta can repair the bridge, it can reassert control in Tantalan to the west, at least until the Chin blow the bridge again. Karenni Defense Forces announced results for the second week of August. They conducted attacks on junta troops on the Loikaw Shador Road, in Shador Township itself, Dimorso, Borlakay Township, and in Hpruzo Township. Junta troops kidnapped civilians as human shields in Hpruzo. In all, 19 junta troops were killed and others wounded, and the Karenni captured some weapons and ammunition. 1 Karenni defender was also killed. The junta conducted airstrikes on a medical clinic in Loilan Lay in Loikaw Township, killing a civilian and injuring 2. Yesterday Karenni Defense Forces attacked junta invaders at Okuyi and Kawthoolei villages of Dimorso Township using sniper and mortar fire. Casualties aren't known. Junta Scorched Earth Village Terrorism Campaign in Kinu Township of Sagaing region. Junta troops kidnapped 7 young men aged 15 to 22 on their way to work 2 days ago August 14, took them away, and tortured and murdered them. Their bruised bodies were found dumped on the roadside. In Magway region, other troops looted and burned Dating village of Yesagyo Township last night. Another loss in the junta's terrorist attack on Yinportai village on August 14 was a supply of food, school items, and clothing for war refugees, burned by troops before they left and a PDF came in. The supplies were paid for with contributions from area people. Yinportai is located near the common borders of Sagaing, Magway, and Chin. People's Defense Forces PDFs. A Pali PDF reported today on a battle 2 days ago August 14, in which junta troops who were looting and burning villages in Pali and Yinmapan townships were intercepted by a coalition of 4 area PDFs. The battle lasted from 3:30 to 6 p.m., and 22 junta troops were killed. 6 PDF fighters also died. In Myang Township of Magway region, local PDFs blew up junta convoys twice yesterday and today. This morning it blew up some troops stationed by a roadside, killing 3 and wounding 2 others. Yesterday 14 mines blew up a food supply convoy en route between Myang and the Indian border town of Rikoda, killing 3 and wounding 1. In the dark silent morning hours yesterday, 3 explosions suddenly rocked a junta police barracks with no warning at Thapan Dam in Kyaikto Township of Sagaing region. 3 nearby PDFs were flying drones overhead and dropping bombs straight into the barracks. Casualties aren't known, but most junta installations have no defense against such sudden deadly attacks from nowhere. Civil Disobedience Movement (CDM). The junta has run out of dollar reserves, leaving it unable to import anything. To raise some dollars, it is threatening to jail domestic business people who don't hand them over to the regime. The junta also wants to export rice to raise dollars, though the country is suffering a food deficit. Burma was a food exporter before the coup. Fuel companies have had to buy 50 million United States dollars on the market using inflated Burmese kyat currency, which is trading now at over 3,000 won, compared to 1,300 won before the coup. The junta is threatening to arrest anyone who trades dollars above the artificially imposed rate of 2,100 won. The generals still assume that using force will solve any problem. A junta kangaroo court sentenced the elected head of state Aung San Suu Kyi to a 17-year jail term for supposed corruption. The irony of this kleptocratic junta accusing anyone of corruption couldn't be more acute. In response, the European Union and the USA issued more strongly worded statements, warning the regime that if it doesn't change its authoritarian ways, Western powers will frown very seriously. Political prisoners held in Obo prison in Mandalay are on a hunger strike, and the junta has responded by beating them, throwing them in solitary confinement, and denying medical care. A student union leader had 3 teeth knocked out during torture. The regime is also demanding that any political party leaders not in prison, e.g. those collaborating with the junta, get permission before talking to foreigners.